I don't want to date a man who only gets input from other men and who has all women in 2 categories: your mother or your aunties, or someone I want to sleep with. You have to have a broader spectrum on women and their value in your...
How come, you'll give it to a whack dude before and then make a good guy wait? I don't think that you're trying to make the good guy wait. I think that you want him to see the value in you. Sometimes I'm like, all right, if I give it to him too soon, he's going to think, like I'm not a good girl, or there's no, I'm just a quick, easy F or whatever. And I think that's sometimes what women will do. They'll make the guy that they really like wait longer, because that's who they really like.
Sensational.
All right, welcome back to another episode. It's Mike Perkins, aka Michael B. Podden, aka Me So Corny, aka Man Bun Mike, one half of MVP, one half of Mike and Vince Perkins, one half of Opinions I Like Podcasts, and for this here, I am the whole show. You saw the clips in the beginning. With Taylor Rooks and Joy Taylor and Taylor, talking, and the young ladies from, I think that's got to be like 8 at the table of some sort. I'm going to address the first clip first because I played it first. So I'm going to address that clip first. This notion that men and women can or should be able to be friends. I think there's 2 categories of friend, and guys, I think always understand this with regards to women. There's a friend as in, we're actual friends, the normal version of friends that me and my guys are friends. And then there's the version of it that women typically, put guys in, and that's the friend zone friend, which is not actually a friend. It's a guy that's attracted to you, that you love having around and love the attention that comes from him. He gives you the boyfriend experience without you actually giving him any of the girlfriend experience. And because women are, receiving and benefiting from this exchange, they will ultimately not say anything and let you continue to engage in said friend zone friend position. That's why I never ever, I never pushed that idea that men and women can't be friends, because I don't know that it's, it's relevant, but I don't believe in the idea that women will be honest if they're receiving benefits at the expense of a guy, giving them the boyfriend experience without them ever reciprocating, because, he likes me, but we're just friends. That benefits the woman. He used to like me, but we decided to be friends. That benefits the woman. He don't like me like that. We like brothers and sisters. That benefits the woman. And so on and so forth. There's like bajillions of examples of why men and women are not necessarily friends in the traditional sense of friends. But to go back to her original point of taking advice from only men. I don't think she understands what advice is out here that women are giving. The internet is chock full of women who give advice that only benefits them. It seems like our masculinity is only, like, masculinity for black men, specifically men in general, but masculinity seems to be this thing that is just a service to women. It's not a service to kids. It's not a service to society. It's a service to women. So my ability to take advice from you is my masculinity. My ability to be secure with the fact that you may have had sex with somebody, but, now that's not the case anymore, is my masculinity and is of service to you. My ability to accept your past, no matter how scandalous or degenerate it may be, that's my masculinity, and that is of service to you. My ability to accept that you have kids, a real man, that's my masculinity, but that is of service to you. It seems as though the advice that women are giving, relative to relationships and relative to a lot of things, not just relationships, but relative to a lot of things, is advice that ultimately benefits them. which is why taking advice from women isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. But, I wouldn't necessarily want to take advice from somebody who's going to give me the advice that is going to benefit them in the long run. We have to start being honest about what this advice is and why this advice is and where is it coming from. Which leads me to the latter clip, which is going to be the bulk of what I'm going to talk about here today. Okay, so the young lady said the reason that she may give it up to the guy that she's sexually attracted to versus the guy who she may want to be in a relationship is because she may want to have sex with this guy, but she may see something deeper, with the other guy, and she might want to give him, a weight or, say, maybe we should date and get to know each other, and she's withholding the sex as a means to artificially imply value where there likely isn't much value. I always have a problem with this point of view, which I assume that, most women operate in this way because it just is what it is. I mean, it's something that we've always kind of known, that they give it up quick to the guys that they're sexually attracted to and make the good guys wait. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find out what part of the spectrum you're on. That's you as a man, you have to figure that out. But the reason that this ultimately is just a bad deal, which is what we typically say in this space, is we talk about the deal. What is the value exchange? What am I getting? What are you getting? The reason that this value exchange or this deal or whatever is bad is because you're making me pay full price for something that you ultimately gave away for free. You gave away for cheap liquor in a room. You gave away because you were drunk on vacation. You gave away because he was cute and tall. And then when it comes to me, because you see something in me, you're going to take the same product, not a new vagina. You don't have two vaginas. You don't have a hot girl summer vagina and a wife vagina. You have one vagina. You're going to take the same vagina that you hot girl summer with, that you one night stand with, that you drunken hot steamy nighted with, that you gave to Raw Dog Jamal. You're going to take that same coochie and you're going to give it to the nice guy under the guise of relationship. The same product. Now you're repackaging it and now it's worth dates, a 6-month wait, callbacks, resources, courting. Now it's worth that and it's the same product. Ultimately not a good deal and poor practice by women. But as dudes, we have to sniff this out because that's why your past matters. Because if you have a propensity to give your vagina to guys you're just sexually attracted to without the morality that you say you have, because I'm sure most women are not saying, yeah, I'm a hoe for a guy that's tall. I'm a hoe for a guy that's cute. I'm a hoe for a guy that's light skin or dark skin or he got a beard. I'm a hoe for a guy with muscles. No woman ever says that. What women typically say is something around about what she said, which is trying to explain intellectually why they are whores for the men that they're attracted to. And they somehow have morality for the dudes that they want to be in a long-term relationship, which speaks to this thing that's happening with Boyce Watkins, which I always find it funny about Boyce Watkins is that it seems as though his whole position exists with the, single mothers and everything. It exists as a means to defend what he did. He's not actually fighting for actual black women. He's fighting to defend what he did. Because everybody can see on his face, maybe not the best deal. I hope he loves the woman. I've seen her. She looks like she looks like a 50-year-old woman. She's eye looking, I guess. But neither here nor there. He's trying to defend what he did, and ultimately trying to defend what you did as a means. Ultimately trying to defend what you did that's not a talking point. It's not a thing where you can just say, well, I did this, so other men should do this. Or I did this, so it must be right. What you did is not necessarily the thing that we're talking about. We're talking about the women who are talking like the young lady in the clip. Whereas they're giving their vaginas to the guys that they're attracted to. And then once that doesn't work out, they get a baby, a disease, you know what I'm saying, at worst, whatever, or something happens, whereas they're now have trauma, black men are expected, and only black men are expected, to then come around and clean this up. And this is not our job. I mean, it's not my job to take your trauma or to take your bad decisions or indiscretions and then clean them up in one foul swoop by making you feel like you're valuable after you've made every possible bad decision to not be valuable. It's not my job. My job as a man is to take what I've done as a means to get the best possible deal for me. If I'm a productive dude, then I go and I get what productive men get. If I'm a not so productive dude, then I get what unproductive men get. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You know, I go and I get what's on the market relative to who I am. And if that's not a single mom, if that's not, you know, a woman that's overweight, if that's not a woman who's an intersectional raging feminist, then I get to choose. You know what I'm saying? Now, conversely, they have to actually like me, and I'm okay with that. But this idea that women get to make bad decisions and then get to good men and then decide, now I want to do it right, that's a no-go. And that's where this conversation becomes a whole Tyler Perry flick. Because it's as if the men are inflicting something on the women when the women are just making decisions. You know, and the same women that are making bad decisions, going back to Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks, these are the women that you want men to listen to. You want men to take advice from. You want men to be friends with. Nobody's addressing the thing. The thing is happening. It's just that now, because we give women platforms, they're now telling on themselves publicly. And I enjoy it. It really helps for me to make content. And I appreciate everybody, you know, as a pause for the cause, who subscribed, who has liked the video, who has shared the video. Eric Anderson shared a couple of videos. Appreciate it, dog. You know, but this thing whereas women just get to make bad decisions and then have men, black men, come along and clean it up, you will never get men to subscribe to that thing because they're telling on themselves. They're telling on themselves. This is not one of those things where it's men need to do something. No. It seems like every time I got to be strong enough is as a means to offset something you did that was fucked up. It's not my job to lift that, nor is it a desirable job. I don't have to be strong enough to deal with you and your kids. I don't have to be strong enough to deal with your sexual history. I don't have to be strong enough to deal with your poor attitude. Those are not the kind of strengths that we work on. We work on our strengths to provide, to protect, to lead. Those are strengths, not my ability to overcome insurmountable trauma that you have accumulated along the way of your endeavors of dicks. Not my job. So that to the women who believe this ideology, you can always sniff it out because, you know, they walk, talk, act the same. They even smell the same. They wear the same perfume. You ain't got to even worry about that. But for the women who make those decisions, it's good luck. To the women who get it, good job. There's no advice that we can take from women who talk like this. And these are the majority. Trust and believe. Women believe that giving their box away for the first 10, 12 years of their life and then saying, oh, now I want a good man, they believe that that is the modus operandus. That's what they believe. They believe that that's what you're supposed to do. And who told them this? I mean, their mamas, their aunties, their older sisters, older girl cousins. The same women that are for women. That's the advice. I'm supposed to take advice from women who give other women poor advice? I'm good. This is the advice that women are giving women. And these are the women we're supposed to listen to. I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm 100% good. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal, but I'm going to get on out of here, man. I appreciate all the likes, all the comments, and all the views and subscribers and everything, man. Keep showing me love. Keep, doing that. And I'm going to keep kicking this out. This is Mike Perkins, and I am out.